Our agent has been getting tools one at a time, a calculator, then a web search. But a real agent doesn't carry one tool, it carries a whole drawer of them. And the clever part was never any single tool, it's choosing the right one for the job in front of you. Math? Reach for the calculator. A question about your own product? Open your docs. A fact about the world? Search the web. Today we hand our agent 3 tools at once and let it decide.
And here's the thing you'll notice. The loop doesn't change. It's the same React loop from the last 2 episodes. Thought, action, observation, repeat. What changes is that now there are 3 tools on the table instead of 1. And every single step starts with a choice. The agent thinks about what it needs, and then it routes, picks the one tool that fits, calls it, reads the result, and moves on to the next step, which might reach for a completely different tool. So a single task can flow through all 3. It looks up a number in your handbook, hands the arithmetic to the calculator, then searches the web for something neither of those would know, and stitches the whole thing into one answer. The intelligence isn't in the tools. It's in knowing which one to pick. So what's in the drawer? 3 tools, and you've met most of them. The calculator is the lockdown one from episode 1. Real Python, doing the math the model would fumble, restricted to digits and arithmetic, so it's safe to run. The web search is episode 3's tool, trimmed back to the essentials. A query in, the top results out, each with its URL. The new one is search docs, and it's the most interesting. It's retrieval, reused as a tool. We take a tiny handbook, embed every passage into a vector once at startup, and when the agent calls the tool, we embed its query and return the closest passages by meaning. That's RAG from season 1. Except now the agent decides when to reach for it. Wire all 3 into a dictionary and add 1 line to the prompt. Here are your tools. Match the tool to the question. The honesty rule from before still holds. We stop the model right after its action and feed it only the real observation. Same loop. 3 tools. 1 new skill. Choosing.
So guys, let's add more tools here and see how LLM will decide which one to use. Everything is like before. The only change that we have here is more tools that we will give to our LLM. So it means our LLM has more hands now to do more things based on the task that we give it. We have the calculator, we have the web search, we have the search docs. If you don't know how the search docs works, you can go to the previous series where we talk about RAG. So basically we just convert our input or resources to some kind of vector. We call it embedding, and then whenever a query or question comes, we also convert it to the vector or embed it using the LLMs endpoint for embedding, and then compare it with each of those documents and see how similar is that without just relying on single keywords. So let me just copy it for running, and then we'll check here. Everything is like before. We have also an embed model for our text search, or semantic search is better to say. We have the web search. Everything is similar like before. I just go through it. I will use Tavily to grab the search and titles and a small brief, and then we'll search and get the text and then extract information. Here is some sample docs that we have. Normally you have a database or something like that, but we will add a dictionary here. Then we embed those and try to find most similar answer to our question with these documents. So let's check, for example, this one is support Nimbus. Let's check what we have next. Search documents, everything is described in RAG. So we defined tools here: calculator, web search, search docs. System prompt is very important here. For our React, we just say what you can do, how to think, what are the actions, what are the toolbox, and then it should go and do the task for us. So here is our loop for React loop. You just go here, think, see if we need to do any action, everything similar to before. And then, so let's run it. So let's read the task and see what our LLM decides to do. So first, before we run the task, we grab our 3 documents and convert it to embeddings. Every embedding is 768 dimensional vector. The task is 2 questions about running on the Nimbus API. That's in our support documents. First, our handbook sets a per key rate limit. If a single key fires 150 requests in 1 minute, how many of them are rejected? And what error do those get? It's something that is not from internet. It should go to our documents and find it. Second is that in what year was the transformer paper Attention is All You Need published? Answer both. So it is the task for LLM. We will go through the first ones and then you can read the rest yourselves. It thinks, and about the first question that is asking about this one, action. It says, okay, search. I will use search docs to find this. So it decided to use this tool because it says we can find this answer probably here. Search docs for this keys, and then observation is with reference to our document is this document, and this is the answer. Then you think, okay, I have found the information for the first part of the question, and this is the answer. Then we need to do a calculation on that because we said don't do the calculations, just use our calculator. It does it. Then it thinks again. It has the numbers for the first question, and then I need to answer the second question about the publication. Action is web search, and go on. You will see the links that it found from Wikipedia, from Deep Dive in the Revolutionary, and other things. And it says I have all the information needed to answer both questions. This is the first question, and Attention is All You Need was published in 2017. That's it for this episode. See you on the next episode.
And that's an agent that chooses. Same loop we've had since episode 2, but now a real toolbox, a calculator, a web search, and retrieval over your own documents. And the agent routes to the right one for each step, all on its own. That's a huge jump. It's no longer locked to one trick. It reaches for whatever the question needs. But notice what it still doesn't have. A memory. Every run starts from nothing. It forgets everything the moment it stops. So next episode, we give it one. Short-term scratch and long-term memory it can carry across turns. If this was useful, like and subscribe. The code is in the description, and I'll see you in episode 5.